Okay, once you've created your page and published it to a folder on your hard drive, you need to get all those assets someplace publicly on the web where all of your various pages can access them. Now, depending on your builder, that might be as simple as just a CSS and maybe a JavaScript style sheet. But in any case, I use Cloudberry Explorer. You can also use CyberDuck. Cloudberry Explorer makes a flavor for S3, for Azure, and for Google Cloud. The free versions will work fine for you. They're generally available if you just Google Cloudberry Lab, which was the manufacturer of them. It's now this MSP 360, but it's still cloudberrylab.com, and you can grab the free versions of the various explorers here. Like I said, to make a flavor for each of the major clouds. And it's a real simple two different pane. You know, one pane's your local computer, the other pane will be your cloud account, depending on what it is. In this particular case, I just made an HVAC demo bucket, and what we're going to do is we're just going to drag this assets folder. You know what? We're just going to clear. This was just demo stuff anyway, so we're going to clear this stuff out of here. Doink. And we'll just start fresh. All we really need is the assets folder over here. And once all that stuff goes there, then we need to set the ACL settings of that folder, which is the permissions, so that all users have read permissions. And make sure you click the apply for all subfolders and files. And once that processes, then all of that is now publicly available on the web. So we just need the web URL that is available at, and always make it be HTTPS, and copy it to your clipboard. And then we're going to go back to the index file, and we're going to open that with whatever kind of HTML editor you use on your system. Whether you use, I use Brackets. Some people use Notepad++, and so there's a plethora of things to use. Now, the things we're going to be majorly concerned with here are href equals strings and the source equals strings. Now, what we're going to do, what I've done is drop the prefix to where the folder currently resides on that public share into the front of that string, okay? And we're going to do the same here. We're going to get rid of the assets part, make the source equals, and we'll just take it up to the assets folder without the ending slash. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy one of those, the href, Control C it, and we're going to go up to find and replace, and we've got href equals assets highlighted there, so we're going to replace that with the string that has our fully qualified URL up to the assets folder, and we're going to replace all. Now see what that did is it added our fully qualified URL up to the assets folder, and then it left the rest of the string alone so that our code will be able to find everything. Now we need to do that same thing for, if you go down into the body where you're adding images, you'll see that there's the source equals, and it starts with just the assets folder again. So we have to prepend that fully qualified URL to the front of the assets folder. So we're going to do the same thing. And we're just going to copy this one. Control C. And we're going to go up to our find and replace again. And whoops, we're still on the other one. Let's go down where we've got a, let's highlight a source equals assets. And then we'll go back up to our find and replace. And we got source equals assets. We're going to replace that with the string we just made up to assets. And we're going to replace all. Now we're going to save that file. And now we're good to go to paste it into the Mega Cloud Stacker. If we preview our file with those locations in place, we should get the whole file just as it should be. We're missing an image. We're missing an image. We're missing all the images, except for the ones that are direct linked to. So what that means is, for some reason or another, our permissions are not correct. So let's go back here and make sure our assets folder has the proper ACL settings. I don't know why that didn't hold, but it didn't. And then once we do all that, we should be able to refresh this page, do an F5, and there's our images. So if you get the funky looking stuff and your images aren't showing up when you go to do the preview, double check your permissions on your public folder. Once those are correct, everything should display properly. Now we're going to cover importing it into the Mega Cloud Stacker.